I had no idea that my beautiful niece Ellie is so afraid of puppies. Guys, Ireland is having a blast helping get her little cousin Ellyanna dressed. She's putting her shoes on and putting necklaces on her. Are you helping? I think it's like live action baby doll for her. So Dominic and Jameson and Ellie are playing Play-Doh right now. Dominic, you just got done working on what letter?
Q.
U?
U.
And Jameson, what letter did you learn about today?
Number 4.
Letter A?
A.
Do you remember the A?
A, B,
Yeah, and we were learning about big A and little A. Yep, and you learned the alphabet song, didn't you?
I got a Play-Doh.
He is going to the doctor. This is what the kids are doing for science right now. They're learning about nutrients
in order. Here's a mnemonic.
So guys, I had no idea that my beautiful niece Ellie is so afraid of puppies. So I'm giving her some Duke Loves Cheetos. So you want to give one to the puppy? So she's feeding the puppy Cheetos and checking out what he does because she is very afraid of puppies. And last night when they were here, it was late, so I had him put away in the kitchen and he wasn't really out. And I didn't realize when I let him in today that she would be so afraid of dogs. I've never seen her around a puppy, so. But yeah, she's very afraid, so we're trying to get her used to him. You don't like puppies? Does he scare you? Yeah, you got Cheetos on your face. It's all right. He's not going to hurt you. He's a nice puppy. Braxton, what are you doing? He's like slurping his stuff over here. What do you think of that puppy? Oh my goodness, that was a face just like Aspen's. Anyway, I'm gonna take her outside to play so she can get, whoa, hold on boys. Got boys coming in the door and they have yet to meet the puppy. Oh, it's Ireland. Go ahead, come on in, Rhea, don't let Duke go. All right guys, so we are done with our school day. The kids are out having a good time. They had every toy tore out, thrown in the middle of the sidewalk. They finally cleaned them up. They are having a good time out in the front yard now. What are you doing, Dominic?
I'm poking it.
You're poking it? So, yeah, we have dirt all over the middle of the sidewalk because they pulled out the shovel earlier. They are just having a good time. Jameson, what are you doing?
Watch me wear. Watch me wear. Watch me wear. Mom.
Awesome.
When I'm driving a bike, awesome.
Oh.
Mom, watch me go super fast on my scooter.
Ellie, where are you going? Stay over here by Aunt Christi. Aspen, you're taking off too far. Come back. Okay guys, so for our preschool supplies, I had picked up a bunch of containers of Play-Doh. Hi. And every single kid in this house, including Ellie, who's out in the living room, making pizza.
Pizza.
Has been playing with these. I went to the Dollar Tree and got these containers of Play-Doh. They what?
They're called refrigerator.
But yeah, it was probably one of the best investments I could have made because these guys have been playing with Play-Doh in between classes all day long.
What is it? What is that?
Yeah, a buck at the Dollar Tree. I think you can get a small, you get a couple of different sizes. Like, there's an 8-pack. Don't say give me, Aspen. That's not nice. Say please. There's an 8-pack of these small ones. And you get those for $1. And then there's a 4-pack in different colors of these bigger ones. And you can get them in neon colors, pastel, brights. And the kids just love them. And if they leave them to dry out, it doesn't matter because they don't cost much. Hi. Which we've had Play-Doh all over the house all day.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. You are too cute. Pizza, pizza. You are too cute. Look at that cheese smile. Look at that. What are you guys making?
Pizza.
Pizza? Are you making pizza too?
I'm making chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets?
Hi,
Ooh,
Mom.
those are Poot's favorite. What did you make?
Only nuggets.
I'm ready for it.
It's Play-Doh chicken nuggets. I'm just joking. Something that I cap on my feet.
What?
A cap on my feet.
You have a cap to the Play-Doh on your feet? What did you make?
I'm making pizza.
Pizza?
Hello.
Hello.
I figured out how to dot it.
Look
You
at
just
this
take
cool
the butter
hairstyle I gave her today, guys.
Let me see.
I just like kind of made it up as I went, but I think it looks really cute on her.
I make a food.
Hi. Look at you're cheesing me again.
I'm joking.
You're cheesing me
Mom.
too. What?
You know how you dot the Play-Doh?
How?
You have to take the butter knife and just like tap it on her.
Nice.
Make a
They definitely
Get
need
off
some
me,
Play-Doh
boo.
kits.
Mommy.
Dude, we need the ice cream bake
Get
Play-Doh
food
kit.
off me.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
You're his
Just have
jungle
ice
gym,
cream.
Reed.
I don't want to be a jungle gym.
Aw, you're no fun.
Amanda,
You be my jungle gym?
Kill me. Stop.
I wasn't kidding either, guys. I said every kid in this house is playing with Play-Doh. Zane's a little perturbed right now because the Play-Doh's mixed together. My kids don't mix Play-Doh. I told him when I was a kid, I used to mix them all together and my Play-Doh would be brown by the time I was done, but they're really funny about not mixing their Play-Dohs. It's okay. We'll get more Play-Dohs. Yeah, you can put more. Oh, you're going to mix your Play-Doh? Holy cow.
I'm going to make a really cool screen.
See, it is fun to mix the Play-Doh, huh? Ellie, what are you doing? Are you playing Play-Doh? Yeah. She's dressed like Batgirl today, guys. She's just too cute. And they're watching Power Rangers. I don't know. My kids have never really been into Power Rangers, but my niece and nephews love them.
I
You
do
like,
too.
you like Power Rangers, don't you? Your favorite color is blue?
Mine is too. Blue and pink.
Yeah, so it was an interesting experience today, you guys, homeschooling this many kids. Even Ellie did some school. She got to learn some shape.
But I had to go to the doctor.
Yeah, he thought he had an ear infection, but it's just a little fluid. Are you cheesing me some more? Look at this. You're following me around with this cheese smile. You are such a ham. Zane is being our helpful sir tonight.
Well, do you
Cleaning
mind
off the
getting
table.
tape
All
off
the kids
table?
pitched in, even the little ones. And cleaned up the living room and dining room, picked up all the toys and put them away. And now Zane is cleaning off the table. I got him new toothbrushes I need to put away. Zane is cleaning off the table so that everybody can eat supper. So, good job, Zana. Alright guys, so we are very lucky to have had a neighbor give us this gigantic, large, long table because we can fit all of these kids at one table tonight, which is really nice. Except I think T thinks she's sitting over there. So what do you guys think? What's for supper, guys?
Tacos! Tacos! Mine turned into a little square now. Taco, taco, taco. Taco, taco, taco. Taco, taco. Taco, taco, taco.
Regular cheese, nacho cheese, or both?
Waffles, waffles, waffles.
Waffles? Waffles and tacos?
Waffles, 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 waffles.
Is that a waffle and a taco? All right, guys, so I am in the writing room, and it has been a long day. And, you know, I kind of wondered what it was going to be like having all the kids here. Because with our kids, Charlie's not here, so with Charlie, it would be 10 kids here. But with all of our kids, it's 9 kids in the house, and I'm like, oh, how loud is this going to be? Because our house is already loud, you know. And it really wasn't today. The kids were they really did well. Dominic did really good with school. Jameson really got into it. I was really impressed. Jameson was able to, I started working with him today, and I saved it for his mommy so she can see it when he goes home. But, which they are not, it doesn't look like tomorrow, at least not during the day. I'm not sure if they'll be staying another night or not. I don't know exactly what's going on. She's trying to get into the doctors and get what she needs to get done. But I had worked on, like I said, I was going to work on the letter A with them. I should have my tripod up because this is, But anyway, I printed up this sheet for him last night, and he learned about Abraham the alligator today and heard a story about it. And then he did some tracing because I have this dry erase board. And it's actually made by Leapfrog, I think. It's really cool. But it's just a dry erase board and has like shapes and letters and numbers and all kinds of stuff on it, different pages they can flip. And most of the little kids really like it. And so Jameson was like copying the numbers and the letters today. And then I showed him this, and we started talking about the big A and the little a, you know. And it was really funny because the big A, he's like, yeah, that's A. But then the little a, he's like, no, that's J, because that little a is in his name. And he said, like, in my name. And so then I showed him the J, and I'm like, this is your J, and this is your A in your name. So it took him a little while to get that there was the big A and the little a, but he did get it. But it was really cute because when I showed him Abraham the alligator, he was actually able to point all the A's in it out to me and then tell me if they were big or little A's. So that was really cool, and I think it'll be nice for him to be able to give this to his mommy. And he even got his name at the top of his paper. So, and Dominic did really well. He did some of his schoolwork, plus I did some easy peasy work. And I know I haven't talked much about the easy peasy. I mean, I show you guys kind of what we're doing throughout our day. And I really wish I would have gotten to film the kids listening to the African Congo drums today, because they all really loved it. They really had a good time. And, you know, there were so many different, like, with the ancient Egyptian music that we listened to in our last music class. They liked the music. It was neat because it was something new for them. But a lot of the music was very similar. With the African Congo drums, there were so many variances in the beats. Sometimes there were voices, sometimes there weren't. There were different types of drums, and they all swore by the picture, because there was like just this picture on the screen with a pair of hands on top of a drum, and it was an enlarged picture, so I couldn't get it to come down farther to show them what it was. But they swore that the hands were on top of a turtle shell, and that's where all the noise was coming from, was from a turtle shell. Even up into some of the older kids are like, yeah, it's a turtle shell. So, yeah, it was really neat for them to get to experience that today, though. They really loved it, and they were all the little kids were dancing to it. So that was pretty cool. And I'm glad the boys got to be here and Ellie, she was out there even too, you know, listening to the music. But I'm glad the boys got to be here for our music class, because the music classes I usually try to make really fun and really laid back, and, you know, just let them have a good time. Tell me what they think about the music, what they like about it, or if they don't like it. But yeah, they all really liked it. And then I asked them, I said, so between the Egyptian music and the African Congo music, which one did you prefer better? And all the kids voted for the African Congo music. So that was kind of cool. And then, you know, they told me why they liked it. They liked the beat. They liked the, you know, the singing in the back and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And then Dominic today, I utilized some of the Easy Peasy school program, and I guess I kind of got off the subject of it, but I utilized some of that along with what he's learning at school, and that actually worked really, really well. Because he's working on, for his school right now, the letter U, and so it was actually in the Easy Peasy program, and I haven't done a lot of I mean, I have some that are in the elementary level, but they're a little bit higher in the elementary level. So this was kind of a nice experience to see how it's going to work for Aspen. And I do really like the program. I like what it's going to have available for Aspen. So I actually had to put Dominic, because they work so much on reading in the Easy Peasy program from a very young age, that I actually had to go into what would be considered the preschool level, because the preschool in Easy Peasy actually doesn't run for a school year. It runs longer than that. So it's almost like it's a whole school year, then through the summer, and then right into kindergarten, so they're not losing any of that learning. So he actually would have been on like what's considered day 131 in the preschool level. So I worked with that stuff today, and he got to listen to a story about Ulysses the unicorn. So that was kind of cool. And then we did some of his book work to go to his teacher, and now we'll work on, she sent about 3 days worth of work. So I'm splitting it up into the 3 days for him. And then we'll work on some more of his book work, and then I'm going to pull up, and I keep pointing and looking over this way, and that's because my computer's there. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up tonight some of the Easy Peasy work for him and Jameson again, because they'll attend school with us again tomorrow. And then it's also our home ec day, and I'm hoping, we did the dirty hands experiment a while ago, and our bread had not molded. So tomorrow we're going to check to see if it's molded yet. If not, I think I'm going to put a pinhole in each bag, like in the same spot, so that we can let a little air in there so the bread will finally mold and the kids can see their experiment come to life. Because when we checked it the last week, the bread just looked fresh and new. So we'll see how it goes. Hi, Duke. This room is a disaster. I've had so many kids in here. I need to get it cleaned up. I need to sweep floors. They've had Play-Doh all day, but yeah, he's smelling for all the new kids. And I was showing you earlier, my niece Ellie is deathly afraid of puppy dogs, and she won't, poor Duke, he's had to be in the kitchen, so he's out happily running. He's had to be outside or in the kitchen while she's been here, because I can't even put her down on the floor. I can't put her on furniture or anything. She is so afraid of puppies. So Duke's been a trooper. He's been a good boy. Now he's just like, yay, freedom. So, hi, buddy. Hi. I had him out running earlier today through the house for a while, and I just held Ollie in my arms. Hey, 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 what are you barking at? Duke, who are you barking at? It's the kid you call. He's like, hey, everybody. What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah, I had him out and running around the house for a while earlier today, because you know I can't just keep him in the kitchen or outside. So yeah, I just had to hold Ellie the whole time. So all the rest of the kids are pretty much in bed, but like Zane, Braxton, and Ireland are still up. All the little kids went to bed really early. Yeah, but he did not have an ear infection. We found out a little fluid on his ear, but no ear infection.
Bye.
Night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Night, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Like and subscribe.
You're a goofball. Good night.
Peace.
Peace? Not peace out, just peace?
Peace out.
Peace out. What?
I gotta do my dance for the end of the night.
You now have to do a dance at the end of the night? What is that? I know you haven't been watching Pulp Fiction. What is this?
Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, night, good night, good night, good night, 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 good night, good night, good night, 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 good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, 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 good night, good night, 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 good night, good night, 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 good night. 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 Good night.
What is that?
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
You want to say good night? Your brother's just lost
Good
his
night.
noodle.
Good night. Good night. Night. Night.
Good night. I love you. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Yay.
night. I
Good
don't know
night.
actually
Good night.
how to put it in
Good
a
night.
cup.
Good
You
night.
don't fry
Good
it.
night.
What
Good
in the? What are you
night.
putting in a cup?
Good night. Good
We
night.
have this cookie
Good night.
game and we get to make
Good night.
soup.
We have to feed it to a giraffe. Good night. Good night.
I
Good
just
night.
found out we could make.
And
I just
Hold on.
found out we could make drinks.
good night. Good night.
I am me.
I'm alone in here now. And for real, thanks for watching. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.